Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, Habari County, my people. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the Pulse of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Dipleen Ellison and my co-host,
Aisha.
We will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our community. And your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. So let's get it going. Yeah, man, it's going to be an exciting show. A lot of stuff to talk about today, a lot of details to go over. But one of the main things we want to be talking about is, something that we get in our comment section all the time. People talking about the 13% of black people commit a 50% of violent crime. They love talking about that. I don't know why, with so much death and mass shootings going on that particularly point at a certain demographic, and we all know who. And for some reason, that demographic loves pointing out what the black community is doing, and they can never figure out how to fix their own problems.
Don't forget to hit go live on Instagram and TikTok.
So we're gonna start this off today by talking about a couple of those things, and just reminding people, how things work in America, because it's not always fair. Over policing, arresting people who were the already found not guilty, and that happens to the black community a lot, where people are sitting in jail for 40, 50 years and get out because they was the wrong guy. So these numbers always don't tell the whole story, but we're going to talk about that today, though. So what you got going on for the rundown this morning? What do you got going?
Man, a lot happened this week in the rundown, but here's the gist of it. Trump moved to end cashless bail for D.C. and nationwide. He signed an executive order directing federal authorities to eliminate cashless bail systems in Washington, D.C., with broader intent to extend similar measures nationwide. Jurisdictions that maintain cashless bail policies, including risk assessment only release systems, may face the withholding of federal funds. The order tasks the Attorney General with identifying and acting against such jurisdictions.
See, when you're rich, you're out of touch. You don't really understand the problems of the judicial system. You don't get it because you don't understand, because you have money.
Mm-hmm.
How is it fair that a guy that is poor gets pulled over, put in jail for maybe a jaywalking ticket? He has to sit in jail until his court date, which may be 3 months down the road. A guy who kills someone, but he has money, can pay and get out the next day. You tell me where that's fair. Why money should be equated into the problem when you're trying to figure out who is the criminal. A guy that is jaywalking has to sit in jail for 3 months because he's broke. But since the guy has money, he's raped 1 million kids, he can pay and get out tomorrow. That isn't fair. The system isn't fair. And when these people who they look at, cashless bail, all this bail system, they don't understand the problems that are going on and affecting the black community, the poor community, people that's sitting in jail for months and months and months until their court date for $100 because they can't afford it. But because we have these people who don't care, don't give a fuck about what's going on, They don't care that these people are sitting in jail forever, but the rich guy who murdered 7 people is sitting at home. Like, money should not be an evaluation of guilt. Money should not be the reason why I'm sitting in prison. They let you go on your own recognizance a lot of times in these jail situations when you're in jail and you really are just in there for a traffic ticket or some low misdemeanor. People like Trump, they want to get rid of that. They want to get rid of people getting out of jail for you. They just want to put people in jail because they're poor. They don't understand what's going on. What poor people can't pay 2,700, 3,000, 5,000. That amount of money, they just going to sit there until their court date. Mm-hmm. Then they're losing their job. The job is gone. They might lose their house because they've been sitting in jail. They've lost their apartment. You lose everything sitting in jail because you're poor. That's the thing, the disconnect between the poor people. This is the reason why states like Illinois put these things into place, because people were sitting in jail for long periods of time and it wasn't fair. So they put in a system to try to help the people that are poor. If the person is committing a violent crime, they're not getting out of jail. So you're just punishing people who are doing simple, small misdemeanor crimes. You're punishing them, making them sit in jail forever. These are the reasons why they had cashless bail going on. It's not to let out violent criminals. Violent criminals are usually denied a bond in the first place. Mm-hmm. You're violent. They think that you're going to run. They're not giving you a bond. So it has to be better than this, man. It has to be better than this. We have to come up with a system that equates for the poor people also, that thinks about those who don't have the money. So Trump, you're 100% wrong on another case. You're always on the wrong side of everything because you don't care about people that don't have money. Look, man, people are going to break the law, or we wouldn't have a judicial system. We wouldn't have lawyers. We wouldn't have all these people in place to run a court system if we didn't think that people were going to break the law. Obviously, it happens a lot. People break the law a lot. So we have to have a system in place that's fair for everyone. You can't just say, stop breaking the law. You have to do something to make sure that everyone gets a fair chance in this system. Mm-hmm. It can't just be skewed towards the rich people, where they're the only ones that get out of prison and get a good lawyer. But that's the way the system works. People pleading guilty to crimes they didn't commit because they can't afford a lawyer. The defense, the state attorneys are garbage. So people are, a lot of times, they saying I'm guilty to things that they're not guilty for, because the best way out of this is to take a plea deal. I need to get out. I need to go home to my people. Mm-hmm. They're going to make you keep sitting. Every time you fight, that's 6 more months you may have to sit in court. So that's more. Your job been gone. Your home is gone. And they're just making you sit in jail for a case that they know is bull. But since you don't have a good lawyer, you don't have good money, you get railroaded. It's not about black people, man. It's about everybody that runs in this system. A lot of poor white people are sitting in jail also. You always want to make it about race, man, but this is about everyone. This is about everyone, man. People are getting done all type ways. I see videos all the time. The police don't care about what color you are. And we watch these states like West Virginia, Montana, bad policing, putting people in jail for nothing just because the police officer feel like it. And it's not just one race. But I know that's the way y'all, you Mr. 9, you racist. That's the way y'all like to look at it. But it's poor people, no matter what color you are. You always say, hey, it's no white privilege. We're poor too. Okay. So why you act like the only people that's suffering out here is white people then? I mean, black people then. If you know that poor people are suffering across the line, you wouldn't even say that sentence, that bull you just said. Because poor people get railroaded state to state because they're poor. Can't afford nothing. And we need to start thinking about these things, trying to help each other instead of pointing the fingers at other people and saying, oh, look at him. What are you doing to help your neighbor, man? Besides nothing. It's ridiculous. This is something that is going to be a big problem. And if they implement this in DC or any other places across the country, it's just going to make it worse. Just like everything he touches becomes.
Yep. You're right. Also this week, Trump fired Fed Governor Lisa Cook. But there are legal battles. She's already sued to keep her position. She's the sitting Federal Reserve Board member who has been fired by Trump over allegations of alleged mortgage fraud and lack of integrity. Cook has denied the charges, arguing that the president lacks legal authority to remove her. She filed a lawsuit in federal court this week seeking to retain her position. And a hearing did take place yesterday, but there was no ruling as of yet on there. So we're going to expect further court filings to be filed, and we'll keep you guys updated to see what happens and if she does in fact retain her position.
Yeah, man. You know, the attacks on black people is not stopping with Trump. I saw a post earlier this week. It was another black man whose job Trump was coming after. If you work in government for the state, he's coming. He's coming. He's fine. He's trying to fire anyone that's black. He's trying to get rid of you. Well, I mean, we heard the number of 3,000 or 30,000 black women have lost their job since Trump has been in office. Like this stuff is crazy, man. Blatant racism. Now, this lady, it's always been that the Fed, who is a bank that is not owned by the government, they're their own entity, and they're supposed to stay that way. But Trump, he wants to be the president that changed that. He wants to be the person that makes it different. All presidents leave the Fed alone. They don't fire the Fed, but he's trying his best to be the person. He sees that, oh, girl, she has another 11 years in her job. Powell, he's out in a few months. So he knows that he can pick a person that's going to kiss his ass for Powell's job. But he has the black lady who's the governor, and he doesn't want her in there. He wants someone that's going to kiss his butt. So he's trying to get her out of there for he can get a butt kisser in there. Someone that's going to do whatever he says, even though this dude knows nothing about the economy.
Nothing.
He's been bankrupt several times. He doesn't know anything about money. He lost a casino, bankrupted a casino, built for money. He still lost. Like, who does that? Now, this dude is going to tell economists what's going on. He's going to tell economists what they need to do. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about at all. But this is what he's going to do. This is what he's going to do. He's going to go in and tell the Fed what they need to do. And the fact that all you Trumpers are okay with this, if this was a Democrat, you would be already burning turkey torches, headed to the fucking Capitol. But when it's a Republican, it's okay. This dude doing communistic moves, taking over businesses, you don't have a problem. Nah, whatever. He's going to put in a butt kisser like he always does. Somebody, Trump, you're so great. You're great. You're the greatest person that ever lived. And whatever, that's how they talk. I've never seen the stuff that they do, man. These people are amazing. I hope Lisa Cook, wins this case because we cannot have a king. There are rules. There's the Constitution exists for a reason. And we have it, though, that these people are just doing what they want. The independence of the Fed is supposed to be, that's automatic. That's the way it's been always. He's trying to curtail that. He's trying to create a new dynamic. A dictator. A dictator.
Brenda Hunter 94 on TikTok said, "So glad that the FBI is now taking names and notes on lies on the president of the United States."
Man, that's gonna be a long notepad. Cause all that dude do is lie. I can't imagine how many pages that's gonna be. Cause boy, this dude he brings out the lies. All hail the king. Look, man. I mean, didn't the whole reason that we had the revolution, the Revolutionary War, is to not have a king?
Mm-hmm.
And that used to be something that Americans were proud of. Now look at them talking about all hail the king. That's how crazy they are now. They're okay. They want it, man. They want a dictator. They want a king. They're weird, man. These people weird, man. They're not Americans, man. They're British, some shit. Even Britain don't even have a fucking king anymore. The king is there, but he doesn't make any decisions politically. I mean, he collects tax dollars, but
that's about it.
He don't make any decisions for what's going on. That's the parliament that do all that. But they want a king here, man. King Trump, man.
They do. I mean, Trump also this week vowed to submit a lawsuit over California's redistricting. He promised that he's going to take legal action against California over their newly proposed congressional redistricting plan. He said he also plans to target blue slips, which is a Senate procedure stemming from home state senators, which is power to block judicial nominees as part of his grievances against the redrawing efforts.
So which state is this? Was this they trying to block?
California.
Yeah. It's crazy that now they trying to take it to the courts with California after they just redistrict Texas.
Right.
Now they're going to fight California and talk about this. It's not fair. It's these people, man.
You just redrew and got 5 seats in Texas?
They the type people that punch you in your face and cry foul when they get punched back.
Right.
Oh my God.
He hit me.
He hit me. Why would you do that? Well, you hit me. What do you think? What do you think happens?
What's going to happen?
You started off a redistricting in the middle of the decade. And now more states. Here come Missouri. Here come Utah. They all cheating. They all going to cheat.
You're right, because Utah also this week, a judge ruled that Utah's current congressional map must be redrawn by 2026, which is a map that was adopted by a Republican-controlled legislature. Mm-mm. It violates voters' rights, and the judge said it must be redrawn before the next election in 2026. The map was found to bypass an independent redistricting commission voters approved.
Mm-mm.
The new map must be completed by September 24th of this year, although legal appeals could delay that process.
Yeah, they're going to do whatever they can do to keep the cheating going. The Republicans do not want to be fair when it comes to this redistricting. Their maps keep on being found to be unfair, and they keep going with this bull. They don't want to give Democrats any districts. They act like their states are 100% Republican in every district in their state, and you don't understand how this goes. When you win all this, and you have the Senate, and you have the Congress of your state, you're the one that's making all the decisions for the states. Mm-hmm. Even if there's a governor, the governor can do nothing but what they call that? He can just revoke some of the votings that's coming through.
Veto them out.
Veto, definitely. She can veto, but all of the props and all of the plans that's coming out of the Senate and the state, they're the ones that's pushing all of that. Mm-hmm. So if you have the power of all the districts, you have the power throughout the state, the Congress, you're going to make all the decisions for the state. It's like here in Arizona, man. These people, the decisions they try to push forward, the governor has to try to push back. The Republicans control most states, even though They're cheating in most of them. Democrats, the Dems in California, they put forth a bill for people that have to vote to make the decision to draw the lines over. Texas just went ahead and did what they want to. They didn't even ask the people what they needed. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even a question. They didn't ask them at all. They just did whatever they wanted to.
Because Trump said he needed 5 seats.
Because Trump said he wanted 5 more seats. Cheating like always. How did Democrats try it in Missouri, Jim Peacock? What are you talking about? Republicans run Missouri, and they're going to redraw their maps and take out I think it's only 2 Democratic areas in in Missouri. They're going to take out the St. Louis seat. We know this area is mostly black. Kansas City, we have these areas that's mostly black people, and they don't even, for somehow, they have no representation in the seat, in the damn state. Mm-hmm. How does this work out? They're cheating, like always. Across the whole South, they've been doing it for over 100 years. I say it all the time. I've never seen just blatant, open cheating, just like the Republicans are doing in this redistricting fight. It's nasty stuff, man. What's next?
Will from 968 on TikTok said, the thing is, taking names seems to buy time. So what's the solution when the feds get the names, in regards to Brenda's above comment? They're really not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything, man. I agree with you, Reg Will 968. What is taking the names? Don't do anything. Taking down the lies. We're not doing, if we're not doing anything to try to curtail this man's power, what are we doing? What are we really doing?
Exactly.
Both parties do not do this. If you look at the states that are gerrymandered the most, Republicans get an F. They've gerrymandered the whole Southeast. Most black people are where most of us live at. Tell me where most black people live. In the Southeast. Tell me how much power we have in those places with representation.
None.
Hardly none. It's like 2 or 3 motherfucking black people coming out of these areas. Mm-hmm. How, dude? When we know everybody's not a Republican in these states, how do they run every area? How do they run every district? How is every state throughout the South a white governor? Never been a black governor throughout the whole South. How does that work? It's called cheating. That's what it's called.
When we're like 60% of the South.
Man, I mean, it's blatant cheating. I mean, what else is it? You have to be crazy to know that all these people live in the Southeast. And even in 1885, we was able to get people into 1867, 68. We was able to get people in there in the 1800s. They had more black representation than they do today. Mm-hmm. And you trying to tell me they not cheating? Fuck out of here. They cheating, man.
You're right. But moving on, Trump advocates for the death penalty on all DC murder cases. In a cabinet meeting on August 26th, Trump declared that the Justice Department should seek the death penalty in all murder cases in Washington, D.C., asserting that capital punishment would serve as a strong deterrent. Mm. And D.C. abolished the death penalty in 1981, just so you guys know. And they haven't executed anyone since 1957.
Well, I mean, the main reason that the death penalty is inhumane is because we've seen people sit on death row and they were the wrong person. Mm-hmm. They didn't commit the crime. We make too many mistakes when it comes to picking up people. Our bias, mm-hmm. our racial bias drives us to the wrong person most of the time. They get it wrong. Now you didn't kill the wrong person. All evidence have shown that the person that they murdered the other day, his DNA was not on the victim.
Right, Mama Bear, release the Epstein files.
Please release the files. You know they're not going to. They're not going to release the files. But yeah, man, this shit is getting ridiculous.
It is. It's so ridiculous. But legal experts caution that most local homicides may not even fall under federal jurisdiction, meaning that Trump's proposal may face substantial legal hurdles.
You know, another case that Trump took out an entire newspaper block with the Central Park 5.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted them killed.
Mm-hmm.
He put death penalty, kill them. That's what he screamed. Comes to find out, the kids didn't even do it
At all.
Now, if it was on him, he would have killed the damn kids already, and they would have all been murdered by the death penalty. But it comes out that the kids didn't even do it. You were hollering, kill them, throw the switch. And then even after they found out they do it, he's still talking about kill him. Like, bro, he's just a piece of shit. The death penalty is wrong because we have bias issues in this country, and we don't understand how to get away from those biases. They don't understand that. So that it's a problem we see all the time.
It doesn't matter how many years later that information came out. The information came out that they were innocent.
They were innocent, and he wanted them killed, period. You got anything else?
Yeah, this week Trump also revoked the Secret Service for protection for Kamala Harris. President Trump revoked her extended Secret Service protection, which was previously granted to her by President then Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Though ex-presidents normally only receive 6 months of protection post office, meaning when they leave office, Biden had quietly extended Harris's detail by a year.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump's memorandum rescinds that extension to be effective September 1st. Critics, including California political leaders, decry that the move as a politically motivated and potentially compromising her safety as she embarks on her upcoming book tour.
Yeah, man. I mean, he has the power to do this.
Right.
But I've never heard of it in my whole existence that a president takes away someone's detail. I mean, I've never heard of it, man. I mean, he knows right now. Just in Minnesota, a couple months ago, we saw a Republican crazy person go in, kill two people that were from the Senate and Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know the environment right now where we have Republicans going around killing people. They attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband, hit him in the head with a hammer. These people are crazy, man. And he's taking away their detail. To me, it's like he hopes one of them get hurt. Because he's the one that's pushing this bull. He's the one that's in the media calling people names. All these people hate America. Like, he's pushing it. He's pushing his crazy people that are racist, and he's pushing them to do these type of things. He wants it to happen so bad. He's pushing and pushing and pushing. Oh, they hate America, these Democrats. The crazy people are hearing that stuff. It didn't used to be like this, man. Politicians, they may have fought in the floors of Congress, but afterwards they would go get dinner. They may disagreed about the way that foreign policies were coming together, but afterwards they would go get drinks, have beers together. Today, everybody got their knives out. They're ready to stab each other. And that's led by Donald Trump. That's led by a person who is committed to nothing but evil. And we get to sit around and follow this guy for another 3 years as he drives us down the toilet while he's dividing the country like never before. You know, Obama divided us by his face just by showing up because they hate black people so much. But Trump is doing it with his words. with his actions, going after blacks in the Smithsonian, going at Tigress. We don't care. Peace out. Bye. I know everyone that doesn't agree with Trump is low IQ. We know. Yeah, Sam Larry changed under Obama because he was black. And all the conservatives were so upset that there was a black person leading the country that we've had 10 years of blowback. 10 years of blowback. We're still suffering. They're trying their best to erase anything that has to do with black people. It's their whole job. That's why they wake up in the morning. They can try to hide it all they want to. But all of their statements, all of their comments every week is just pure racism. It's never, hey, Trump is doing this policy and this policy is helping people. It's just shut up, 13%, 50, that's all. That's all they do. That's all they spit. It's nothing about bringing America together. It's never anything about we care about anyone. It's always racial bullshit and hate. That's all they spit. And they come in the comments and just spit nothing but garbage, calling people, look, this dude, Jacob Adams, talking about monkeys, naggers, like, dog, they do nothing but racist stuff and then be like, what racism? I don't know. There's no racism. There's no racism, but every comment from a Trumper is nothing but hate and racism. That's all they have. There's a million things that you could be talking about. You could be talking about what Trump has done for the country, but it's never that. It's always just hate. It's wild, man. It's wild. You guys supposed to be the people that care about America. America. But you hate Americans. You don't like anyone but the pale-faced people that live next door to you. And if they don't look like that, you don't want them in America. Well, luckily, the face of America is not what you want it to be. Because it's all type people here, all type minorities, all type people. I don't get karma. What? Always the victim, right? I'm the victim. Yeah, you're right. That's why we got 50 people in the comment section talking about racist stuff, but I'm the victim. I know. I'm crying so hard. Y'all just cried for a whole week over a Cracker Barrel logo. Crying. The people had to change it back because y'all crying over the logo of their restaurant because they're facing financial troubles. You know, if a company wants to reset something, it's a reason they want to do that. It's because their money is looking bad. But they're crying. Liberals. They're talking about we snowflakes. But look at these people, man. Grown people crying over this people logo. Adults crying over these guys and what they have on their restaurant. They really are here. We know. The President Trump had to say something about it. You know, he always has to put his 2 cents in everything. Mr. Communist gonna run, they gonna run his company. He gonna run Cracker Barrel, tell them what to do, like he been telling every other business and private entity what to do since he been in office. Like he really thinks he runs the world. He can tell a company what they can and can't do when they can. Like shit's ugly, it's disgusting. These the people that's always pointing at other people and calling them Marxists and communists. But who's doing all the communistic actions in office? Trump. What capitalistic person wants the state, the country to run their business? Intel talking about they selling to America. Like what? Isn't this communism? Isn't this what you guys scream about and point at the liberals about? I mean, and then you don't have nothing to say why this dude take over companies and talking about he want to take over more. Isn't that the very essence of communism? where the government takes over private businesses, tells them what they can and can't do, start collecting money from them. Right. I'm inferior to a dude that lives in a trailer park and has no teeth and been sleeping with his auntie. I'm inferior. All right, bro. Fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. There's nothing y'all can say to make me feel like I'm inferior to you trailer parkers and Trump voters. Are you kidding me? Y'all can say all the things you want. I've heard it all. There's nothing you can say to make me feel like I'm inferior to someone's because of their skin color. Sorry. That is the dumbest shit ever. And you would have to be a fucking idiot to think that you're better than somebody because your skin is pale. That means you are a retard. If you think you wake up and you're in a better situation just because your skin color, you don't know America. Because it ain't gonna get you nowhere. You may get something because you know a few people, because that's the only thing it provides you. You're not better than someone because you're lighter. We need to stop that stigma. These people who think it need to stop, because it is not true. You got anything else? Mm-mm. All right, man. Let's get into this thing, man.
Go ahead and run that news weekly.
Yeah, run the video.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by...
I said that last week too.
Report it all you want to. All these racist comments in here, you want to report what I'm saying to defend myself. That's typical behavior. But let's get into it, man. Unmasking crime, white male violence, the 1350 myth, and political deflections. We've already seen it already. It's been, these racists have put it in the comment section about 5-6 times already this morning. 13%, 53, 13. They love it. They love talking about it. They love it. They love that they have put black people in a position where they are the criminals. They love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. There's nothing they like more than saying that black people are criminals.
Right.
They love it. We can watch white boys shoot up schools and kill little white kids, and they'll still come into the section and talk about what crime that we commit in gangs. Like they more worried about gang killings than their fucking kids. Mm-hmm. Like, these people are weird. Your kids are being shot down in churches, in schools. And what are you worried about? What are you worried about? 1353 black people. Like you even have a black person that lives next to you.
Right.
Like it's amazing how much you worried about what we are doing in our neighborhoods. While we see little kids getting shot up, 22 little kids shot up. Mm-hmm. Nobody did anything. Nobody cared. They went to online and started talking about what black people are doing in their neighborhoods. Because they more worried about what black people do in their hoods. That's why, Trump's sending the troops to D.C. He's not going to do anything to try to stop the mass shootings and save the little kids. He's worried about gangs and gang violence. That's what you're worried about? You're not worried about these mass shootings? Oh, just prayers for them. Prayers for them. But this gang violence, we need to do something about this. Like, that's weird. Y'all care more about our neighborhoods? That's weird, man. Okay. This is the reason why we're over-policed. This is why the police is in our neighborhoods 24/7, while little kids are picking up guns, killing themselves. Suicide rates in white and European neighborhoods out the door. Mm-hmm. And we don't even want to talk about overdoses. But hey, 13%, 53%, the black people, look. That's all we want to talk about. So we're going to drop the headlines that others hide. Yep. Like always, I'm Damon.
And I'm Aisha. And today we're going to be cutting through deceit. The misused 13% commit 50% of the crime murders myth. Violence rooted in systematic failure, while white male assaults, suicides, mass shootings, and family murders, and yesterday's horrific Minnesota attack.
Mm-hmm. We see them all in the comment section. They love to talk about it, man. They love to be racist. You know, they think they racism really hurts someone's feelings. Dude, your racism just make you look like an idiot. It does nothing to me, bro. Y'all been racist so long that it's not even, it doesn't affect me at all. Like, it doesn't affect me at all. I have no trigger by y'all racism, G.
It's no myth.
And whatever. So let's demand the truth, not the spin. We're gonna demolish the 1350 myth, and we're gonna talk about this because you racists love bringing it up all the time.
They do. So let's go ahead and unpack the 1350 claim. 13% of the population commits 50% of the murders. Conservatives love it, but it's fundamentally misleading.
Definitely.
How so?
Definitely. So first, let's talk about the arrest data, not convictions. And arrests reflect policing bias. And the guy, he asked the question, he said the word bias with a question mark. Like he doesn't know that there's bias in America. Like there hasn't been enough studies that have shown you the bias that Americans have when it comes to hiring, when it comes to names, when it comes to applications, when it comes to arrest, when it comes to police pulling people over. We've seen all the fucking numbers, but let's act like it doesn't exist because, you know, it's going to hurt white people's fragility. You don't want to do that. You know, the arrests reflect police biases. It decouples crimes from context, poverty, disinvestment, redlining, underinvestment in Black communities, and all elevating voices violence. That's all they're doing is elevating the violence, period.
Exactly. And, you know, this claim doesn't note the disparities in policing. It ignores how systematic inequality skews the data. It turns complex social failure into scapegoating.
Yeah, it definitely does. Meanwhile, we seldom hear about violence in poor white or rural communities. There are drug epidemics that's destroying the white community right now. We have watched and over the last 10 years as their life expectancy has dropped tremendously. But hey, 13%, 50%. That's all they're worried about. As they die and we watch them sway and be all knocked out all in the streets. But like, let's talk about Black people though. The drug epidemic is destroying them. Family violence, gun suicides. Yeah, the Black people, they have gang violence. Whites, they have a lot of suicidal when it comes to guns. They commit suicide. What is 81% of those deaths are coming from white people. I know you love to focus on us. You love Black people. But maybe you should take some of your time to focus on your own people, man. Suicide is still murder. Killing yourself is still murder. I understand that you think that it's not, and y'all want to gloss over suicide. Suicide is a big problem, and guns access makes it easier for people, and people are shooting the shit out themselves in this country. And most of them are white people. And you guys do nothing about it, but you want to come online, try to tell Black people what they're doing because that makes you feel like you're inferior, like they're inferior to us. We're higher, we're superior. That's what it makes you feel. So you want to tell that number all the time. I said drug epidemics, family violence, gun suicide, because they don't fit into the narrative of racist bullshit that the Republicans want to spew. They don't talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They don't want to talk about it because it doesn't fit their narratives. This misused statistic, it's not truth. It obscures the root cause because crime is not racial. It's structural.
Yeah, man.
But
We're gonna talk next about the crimes that conservatives don't like to
mhm.
acknowledge.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and pivot. Who's the real driver of mass shootings in America?
Hmm.
Who?
Everybody already knows the answer. We all know the answer. We've watched enough TV. You know, that's why with the last person that allegedly did this mass shooting, they're running, oh, he's trans. They're doing everything. He's trans to try to push it on the trans people. I saw a meme going around that had like the last 7 mass shooters, they were trans. Lies, just lies. Will say anything to skirt accountability. We all know that white men dominate. According to the summary, 97.7% of mass shooters are male and 52.3% are white, roughly mirroring the population's proportions.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right about that because, and substance too, the family annihilations and public mass shootings are often perpetuated by white middle-aged men.
That's right. While they sit around and point the finger at us and call us violent, talk about how violent we are, we're seeing little white kids being shot at the church. While they don't do anything about it, but come online and talk about 1350, 13%, 13. You gonna report me for being racist while you put a little monkey emoji? like, bro, they crazy. Y'all are crazy. Racist people have a problem. You have a problem, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A problem. For real. Like, I mean, you can come on my page, say all the racist stuff you want to, but I'm gonna report him for being racist. I don't care if you reported me. You can't get me off because I haven't said anything that's racist against anyone. I'm talking about people that do nothing but spit racism. And if you feel like that's hurting you, you're a racist. You are a racist. That's why your feelings are hurt. It's like the girl who was wearing the KKK shirt and they was hanging the KKK member and the ladies, why are you wearing it? She got upset. Yeah, because you're a KKK member. That's why you're mad. That's why you in here talking about, oh, what are you saying? That's wrong. Fuck out of here. Nobody cares. Y'all can come on here and have 500 monkeys and all type stuff y'all saying with me, but I'm reporting you. Fuck out of here. Suicides are even more revealing. Roughly 70% of firearm suicide are committed by white men. 70% of suicides, white men taking themselves out. While all the white men come on my page trying to tell me about 13% and 50. Putting monkey emojis under my damn comments. Just racist. But why are your people committing suicide at high numbers like this? Shouldn't this be something that we should be studying? Isn't this something that we should be studying? Talking about all the mass shooters are Democrats. Man, we don't do man, dog. Whatever. Go ahead.
To be precise, white males had the highest firearm suicide rate in 2023, accounting for nearly 9 out of 10 firearm suicide deaths. Elder white males, 70 and older, were almost 5 times likelier to die by gun suicide than their black counterparts.
You hear that? You hear that, Mr. Racist? That wanted to come in here and all the people that want to talk about the 13% and what violent crime. You're killing yourself at enormous rates, astronomically more than the other black counterparts. They're blowing their brains out. Maybe you can focus on your own people instead of worried about what we're doing in our neighborhoods. Maybe your racism will get you to save your own people instead of worried about ours. We can take care of ours. We don't need you. We don't need you motherfuckers to come and tell us what the fuck we doing in our neighborhoods. But every day you want to come in and tell us what we need to do. Oh, you don't have any fathers. You don't do this. You don't. Why are you so worried about? Go write a book on what you think black people can do. I know you guys know us so well, and you know what we should be doing so much. Go ahead and write that book. Tell the black man what they can do to save their fucking country and their people. While we sitting here watching white people murder each other, murder themselves. They can't figure out how to stop using drugs and overdosing, as the numbers are just astronomical when we see these people overdosing in the streets. But hey, let's focus on the black folks and what they're doing. Let's go after them, because we care so much about what they're doing. Man, dude, we know y'all don't give a fuck, but we're gonna give you the numbers to maybe you can start saving yourselves. Maybe you can help your own people. The CDC confirms in 2022, white individuals aged 45 plus had the highest rate of firearm suicides, 14.8 per 100,000 people.
That's a lot.
Verse 11.1 for all other races / ethnicities in that same age group.
Yep. Yet the conservative media almost never mentions white men when discussing violence, because it just doesn't fit into their fear narrative.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead and move on to yesterday's
It's
tragedy.
not yesterday.
Or Thursday's tragedy.
Right.
On August the 27th, at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis, during a mass shooting, a shooter identified as 23-year-old Robin M. Westman opened fire. 2 children, ages 8 and 10, were killed, and 17 others were injured. Most of them were children. Children.
And the crazy part is we're going to do
Nothing.
the thoughts and prayers things, and then we're going to go on with our lives. We're going to do nothing because we don't care about kids, man. I used to think that people, man, that things like this would happen, that people would lose it to protect kids.
You said it when Sandy Hook happened.
Yeah. I mean, for people not to care about kids getting killed, they don't care about anything right now. Fear is running America. Fear is the number one. So the shooting lasted just a couple of minutes, around 8:30 a.m., and the perpetrator died by suicide at the scene, like everybody knows. 7 children were in critical condition right now. 4 patients required surgery.
And officials called it a deliberate act of violence against innocent children. This disaster followed 3 other shootings in Minneapolis over a 24-hour period, reflecting a chilling surge locally.
Yeah, man, this underscores a painful truth, man. Mass violence is not a monolith. It's happening in sacred spaces, suburban towns, everywhere. And it's often perpetrated by those who fit no stereotypes. It's been all type people that have done these things. While they sitting around trying to blame black people and worried about black neighborhoods, little white kids are getting shot up, and they're just sitting around talking about what black people and black men do. You need to start worrying about your own neighborhoods,
right,
and doing something about that, because it doesn't make any difference what you do, what we do, because you don't care about what's going on in black neighborhoods. You're just trying to make yourself feel like you're better than someone else.
Yep, you're right. Because political deflection and fear mongering is their ultimate goal here. While America mourns children, political narratives are twisting the facts. Trump recently proposed deploying the National Guard to Democrat-led states to combat the crime. Where is the National Guard when it comes to crime in cities like Minneapolis, who has had more than one shooting in the 24-hour period?
Man, we already know, man. This is just like the racist sitting around talking about black neighborhoods while their neighborhoods are going to shit, while everyone is sitting around going to on drugs, committing suicide. Like they sitting around worried about what we're doing. Yet the states with the highest violent crime, we already know, is Republican led. But what they do, they want to focus on Democrats. They don't care about what's going on in their own backyard. They can ignore that because they don't care about those people. We want to go to Democrat states. Even though red states lead the way, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. This proposal is less about public safety and more about punishing blue cities and states with large population of black people.
Yep.
Trump hates black people, and this is what he wants to do.
Yep. That's not governance. That's racial control through militarization. Meanwhile, crimes by white men and family murderers, suicides, suicidality driven by mass shootings typically go unmentioned.
They don't talk about the number of suicides that's going on with the white population, the white males. They don't talk about these people are taking themselves out with guns daily. Now, the gang members are shooting each other. Okay. That's talked about enough. They talk about that every day on the right, and every conservative media. That's all they talk about is 1350. We know that's all y'all talk about, but you don't talk about how when it comes to suicides, 81% are white, 77% are white males. We don't talk about that though.
Nope.
You're killing yourself with a gun is no different than me shooting somebody else. You're still taking somebody out. Suicide is still illegal to kill someone. It don't matter if it doesn't hurt other people. Suicide don't hurt other people. Are you fucking kidding me? Like your family is not going to be hurt that you just killed your fucking self? What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about, man. If you kill yourself, your family, your kids, your wife, your friends, they're all hurt that you're taking. It's a murder. They weaponize fear for political gain while ignoring the violence originating from their base.
Absolutely.
They ignore all the killings and then point at all Democrats. But Minnesota, we just saw them kill 2 politicians. We saw them go into Nancy Pelosi's house trying to beat this man with a hammer. From the right. They don't talk about that, though. Let's hide that. Let's talk about the Democrats. They are ridiculous people, man. And never take accountability for anything that they do.
Nope. No accountability. So let's go ahead and summarize the 1350. Statistic is not just an argument. It's a tool to obscure inequality and deflect from where some of the worst violence actually originates.
And the worst violence to me, and we all see it every day, is white male gun violence going to kill innocent kids. Be it mass shootings, suicide, or domestic murder, killing their whole families, them and their whole family. We just act like these things don't care. When we see a man shoots himself and kills his entire family, who's the first person to come to your mind? We already know who it is. We already know it's a white male. But the white males get to come online and 1350. They can talk about that as they are going around killing their whole family on the norm. That's a norm. It's all good. Suicides, domestic violence. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on black people. We want to talk about them. We know who commit the mass shootings, the school shootings. We know who do it. But they want to talk about us. They don't care about what's going on in their neighborhood. Let's talk about the black neighborhood because that makes me feel better about myself. I think I'm better than them. So let's talk about it all the time. Bring it up all the time. I'm not trying to do anything about it. I don't want to save them. I don't want to help them. I just want to point it out because I'm a racist and I just love pointing out things that makes me feel better. So today we're going to feel better as we're going to sit down and point out how white dudes blow their brains out at 80% fucking clip.
Right.
We're going to talk about how the fucking drug addicts are the life expectancy have dropped because of drugs, because they can't stop taking fentanyl. Let's talk about y'all problems. That's what we're gonna focus on. We're gonna stop focusing, because I usually just focus on black issues and what's going on in but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna focus on what's going on in your neighborhood, because you care more about my hood. I'm gonna start caring about yours. We're gonna start talking about oh my God, why are there so many white people just dozing off in the middle of the street? What's going on? Maybe we should help them. No, I just want to throw it out there. No, black overdose rates is nowhere near what whites is. You can say what you want to, but we know the truth. We know the truth. We know the truth, man. Bring out all your racist stuff you want to. Bring it out. Be racist as you want to. These numbers, I'm talking about these numbers because y'all want to bring it to my comment section. Y'all want to bring it to anytime I post anything. This is what conservatives got to say. Like, it used to be fun to talk to conservatives and have political debates about different things and different ways to bring the country. Does trickle-down economic work? Does lower taxes work? Higher taxes work? Those are the conversations I used to have with Republicans. Now it's just, oh, I got black fatigue. Oh, I'm sick of black people. 1350. Oh, that's all y'all talk about. Oh, victim mentality. While y'all are the ones that's crying about everything. And every time you watch a video and black people minding their business, just existing, who coming up to them? Some Karen got something to say.
Pretty much.
While we just minding our business.
Every time.
It's a crisis in the white neighborhood, man. One we need to name and confront honestly.
Yep.
We need to help them in their crisis.
You're right. Because tragedies like Thursday's school shooting in Minneapolis show how urgently we must demand real solutions. Gun safety, mental health, community investment. Not red versus blue scapegoating. That's just not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Coming together as a community is what's going to work. Proactive gun laws, gun reform, making it harder for individuals to receive a gun. If I can go I can't even purchase alcohol or tobacco products until I'm 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But in most states, I can purchase a firearm at age 18.
Dumb shit. Dumb, stupid ass shit, man. Because these motherfuckers, they want guns everywhere. They want to live in the fucking war zone. Because they're so scared of their neighbors. They're so scared of black people. They're scared. So they will sacrifice their own fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
Little white kids are getting shot in the head. And they don't give a fuck. And they're going to holler, I need my gun. Because I'm so fucking scared that I will sacrifice my own kid's life for my fear.
Mm-hmm.
My fear. My kid had to die. This is just a sacrifice that's made. I need my gun. The government might come get me one day and black people. So I need my gun. If my kid has to die, so be it. That's just part of the sacrifice you have to make to be in a free country. Sacrifice your kids. Doesn't matter. Long as I have my gun, I will live. I will make it. My kid, and it's wild to see this, man. You would think that people would care about their fucking kids. They don't care about their kids, man. Or kids dying. They don't care, man, as long as they feel safe. I see these people just put metal detectors in kindergartens, put metal detectors in churches. Just take away guns, free zones. Guns should be everywhere. Kids should just put the kids on a bulletproof vest when they go to church. Just do that. We can't do without guns. We're so scared of everybody. The conservative man right now today, he's making the decisions and passing these laws to make sure that gun laws are laxed and relaxed and everybody can get a gun. It's just their fear because they are scared. Habari Live, we exposes what others ignore. If you found truth here, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Hit the like button, hit the follow button. We're going to keep it going though here. We got another little while to go.
Yeah, you're right. Because when we get back, we'll go ahead and break down what matters most, not what distracts us all.
Yeah, man. So we saw last week, everybody saw the Jubilee with Amanda Seals. We all watched it. We all watched all the black conservatives come on there and talk about black culture. A lot of black people don't even know black culture themselves. They think that hip hop is the only element of black culture when it comes to American society. Hip hop is pretty new. So before hip hop, and before then, what was black culture before hip hop even existed? So yeah, they always want to holler, oh, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Yeah, hip hop is definitely detrimental to some. It's definitely something that does not hold our morals highly in the black community by having this music be such a representation of what we do. Because a lot of people think when they look at hip hop, they think that's our whole culture. Everybody's running around with their pants sagging and spitting rap lyrics. Everybody's in the gang and everybody's just throwing up folks and Crip, and that's all we do. Now that is a racist look at what black culture is. Black culture is art. Hip hop is new. It's only 40 years old, my guy. What are you talking about, Meek's World? That is new. That's not old. People was on this country hundreds of years before hip hop was even existed. So that can't be the fucking main fucking part of our culture. Black culture existed way before then. So that is what are you talking about? That is not old. If you think 30, 40 years is old, then you're probably fucking 15. What are you talking about? That shit is not old. It's new. It's not brand new, but it's a newer form of art. Before then, there was rock and roll, there was R&B, there was country music that came out of the black community. Music is just part of the culture when it comes to black people. There's all type culture that's black people, that black people has invented when it comes to art, the way of living life. It's so much. It's not just one thing. Most of us was raised in the church. That's a big part of black culture. Y'all think that, oh, it's just hip hop is the culture. My mother didn't know fucking nothing about no goddamn hip hop. She called it hippity bippity. She didn't like this shit. So how was it our culture when most people who are older don't have nothing to do with it? And there's some people that's my age that does nothing to do with fucking hip hop anymore. So hip hop is not the only example of what black culture is. There's so much when it comes to just living, how we're living, how we speak to each other. It's the whole vibe of a blend of American and a black American. How we hold it down. That's the culture, man. We don't care about what people think on this motherfucker. We gonna tell you what's going down. A lot of people don't know. We're gonna tell you though. right, man. Our next story here, we're going to get into this, man. Um, Welcome back to the show where you didn't go anywhere. The second part of today's show, we're about to piss off some people like always, but that's fine because the truth is ugly and it needs to be said. We're diving into the mess of black conservatives, black folks supporting Trump, and even Latinos falling for the same nonsense. And yeah, we're mad about it because this is it's more than politics. It's about survival. And you have a group of people that a lot of people are going for, even though this group openly hates you. That's called self-hate. And we see a lot of that today, man. A lot of people who hate themselves, hate the people that are from the places that they are from. You know, they come in, they're talking about hip hop and black culture like it's a monolith, like everybody in the black community is just exactly the same. They go to the worst places and look at that and say, look, black culture. Like, what are you talking about?
That's what
Everybody
they believe,
is not
though.
like that. That's their thing. But go ahead.
You're right. But like I said, we're tired of seeing so many of our own people cozy up to Trumpism like it's just going to save them. When honestly, Trump made major ground with black men in 2020 and 2024.
Mm-hmm.
He's been chipping away at us year by year, whispering that he's some kind of savior. And too many of us are buying into it. And that's the issue. That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Yeah.
Even after all the racist policies this man has pushed while he's been in office, it's so embarrassing to see so many of our own follow along with the things that he's saying.
It's crazy, man. Trump, he's made some ground with black men. And let's call it what it is. Trump played the game well with some black men. He learned into the macho bravado. He leaned into that, the so-called alpha male energy. A lot of people were watching these Adam Tates, Andrew Tates, this Myron, I forget that dude, but they're always talking about powerful man, forget women, and all of those dudes were Trump voters. All of them, even the black ones, hate themselves and hate black people. So the brothers ate it up, man. They loved it. They saw Trump standing up, lying with his chest out, and thought that's strength. Meanwhile, that same man was putting policies in place that hurt black communities.
Mm-hmm.
But these people don't care, man. As long as they feel as though they're with strong guy and not women, that they felt that they were doing something.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right, because facts. Let's go ahead and list them, because in today's society, the receipts actually matter, right? Trump rolled back protections in housing discrimination. His DOJ killed consent decrees that kept police accountable in cities brutalizing black people. He went after affirmative action. He cut taxes his tax cuts overwhelmingly helped the wealthy, while black folks stayed stuck in lower income brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, his administration literally tried to erase diversity training and DEI programs. And let's not forget that his immigration policies, kids in cages, that targeted Latinos, but it also hit black immigrants as well. Hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, this has been his mission. His mission has been openly racist since he got in. And let's not forget, judges, Trump stacked the courts with conservatives who have been dismantling civil rights, gutting voting rights, and undermining protections for working class people. But somehow Trump convinced some black men that the Democrats haven't done enough for them. So give me a shot. And too many said bet. That's the poison we're dealing with. A lot of people agree with it. A lot of people are like, yeah, man, let's go. The Democrats haven't done anything. But the Republicans hate your guts. They don't even want to see your face on the wall. They don't want to know about your history. They don't want to know nothing about you, about your identity, nothing.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. But let's go ahead and talk about these black conservatives that were in Amanda Seals' Jubilee. The numbers don't lie. Pew Research says that nearly 30% of black Republicans are aged 18 to 29. That's younger than both black Democrats and white Republicans. That means that this is a generational shift. We're raising young black folks who think siding with the Republicans will ultimately give them power. And a lot of them don't even see that being black as essential to who they really are. Only 58% of black Republicans say that blackness is important to their identity, compared to the 82% of black Democrats. That's just a very huge gap, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. I mean, they look at themselves as Americans. They don't look at themselves as black first. That's the way a lot of conservatives see themselves. They don't see that a huge number of the people in this country, not everyone, but a huge number, are just racist. They'll do anything to keep you down for they can feel like they're up. So that's the problem, man. It's blatant racism from the right. Now Democrats aren't perfect, and it's not like Democrats can just do what they want to do. There's conservatives everywhere, and you have to fight them for everything because they are against anything that helps the poor. And you see it online. These young black conservatives are all over TikTok, man. They running their videos talking about they're sick of black people and they understand why white people have black fatigue. A word that they hijack. Black fatigue was for black people living their life and sick and tired of having to deal with racists. He's trying to give us a live invite. What is he doing? So yeah, they all over TikTok and YouTube and Instagram.
They want to come into the live,
talking about how racism isn't the real problem and it's just about hard work and personal responsibility. They're parroting white conservatives who scream black fatigue, that they're tired of hearing about racism. But they keep the Confederate statues up though. They keep naming things after Confederates though.
right?
They don't want to talk about racism. They don't want to talk about slavery. But they want to hang up a whole bunch of pictures of people who perpetuated these things. It's amazing. Wouldn't you think if you didn't want to talk about it that you would take the statue down of the motherfucker who tried to keep it legal? No, we want to keep the statues up, but we don't want you black people talking about it. We can talk about it when we want to, but we don't want you guys talking about it making us feel bad. We want to keep the statues up and celebrate the losers, the people who lost, almost broke the country in half over some bullshit. But let's keep up the fucking statues though.
Right.
We got to keep the conservative statues up. We need the Confederate statues. They tired of hearing the racism though. And now you've got black folks echoing that garbage, man. It's dangerous. But we had house slaves. We had the Samuel L. Jacksons who he played on Django. We had those type people, man. Oh, yes, sir, boss. They still live. They're still amongst us. They're still amongst us. That's dangerous, man. Because when we minimize racism, we let it thrive. And that's exactly what's going on today. We minimize racism, and that's why it's exploding.
And don't get me started on the church. Black Republicans are less likely to even be in black churches. That matters because the black church has always been a place of collective power, protest, and resistance. When you separate from that, you separate yourself from the community. You start buying into this rugged individualism that never really included us in the first place.
That's real. But they want to be a part of what they think the American dream is. They want to be a part of it. So if they have to put down their fellow black men and say that hip hop culture is the problem for everything, like every black person is all in hip hop, like there's no black people that like classical music.
You're right.
Like
And
there's no black
Latinos are
people.
falling for it too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of Latinos falling for it. A lot of them. Not just black folks. Trump made big inroads with Latinos too, especially men. Even with his racist immigration policies, talking about building a wall the first time,
Mm-hmm.
calling immigrants criminals, he still convinced the Latinos that he was on their side. How? By pushing the same macho culture narrative, the same conservative family values bait, and by weaponizing religion. It's the same playbook, man, and a lot of Latinos fell for it. A lot of them.
You're absolutely right. They did. But you see why the Cubans in Florida and the Mexican Americans in Texas vote Republican in large numbers. Even though these policies literally harm their families, their neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
it's just wild to see. But it's proof that white supremacy doesn't need white people to help spread it.
Nope.
Other communities will carry that torch if you sell it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
If it's packaged the right way, somebody else is going to fall for their bullshit.
Yep. Now let's bring this all the way back to 2025. We just went through the 2024 election and Trump won, and he, like he said, he had a small breakthrough with minorities. His numbers went up about 3 to 5% with black men, with black people. And Trump didn't just hold his ground; he grew his base among black people, black and Latino voters. That should terrify everybody, man, who believes in democracy. And looking ahead to the 2026 midterms, Republicans are counting on this trend to keep power. Now they are trying to cheat and gerrymander and try to get more seats because they're nervous, because they see the town halls and how people are reacting to the laws and bills and budgets that they're putting in place as they cut Medicaid and cut SNAP benefits. Those things hurt a lot of people in rural areas. I know a lot of the base thought, oh, it's just going to be black people that's hurt, so we don't care about them, as long as you're throwing out the brown people. But this is hurting people in Republican rural areas, and they're pissed. So the Republicans, they're not holding town halls, and when they are holding them, they are getting demolished, booed out of the stands. So they're trying to keep their power. They want to peel off just enough of us to lock in their agenda, man.
We can't ignore the media side of this either.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that Jubilee episode with Amanda Seales
Mm-hmm.
versus the black conservatives? That was the perfect snapshot of where we're at today. Amanda was trying to bring facts, lived experiences, and the reality of systematic racism.
Mm-hmm.
And those black conservatives were sitting there like, well, I just work hard and I don't think racism matters. That's the mindset that Republicans are banking on. Mm-hmm. That's what they want you to think. If they can convince you that racism isn't real or that we're just making excuses, then they can get away with policies that strip away our rights and our future.
Yeah, I mean, that's the mission. And they're doing a good job of it. And a lot of people are falling for the bull. They, like they said, they pushing the macho shit. And that's exactly why we have to call this out, because it's not just about voting for Trump. It's about black people and Latinos lending credibility to a system designed to crush them. That's the part that makes me furious, man. We're going to allow this stuff to keep happening, and we're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're not doing anything about it. So here's the bottom line. Trump didn't really win Black America, but he made enough ground to be dangerous. And if we don't confront this head on, if we don't start telling our young people the truth and what's really at stake, we're going to lose even more ground in 2026 and beyond. Because this isn't just politics. It's about our survival, our freedom, and our future.
Exactly. And let me say this loud and clear, man. Black fatigue is real, but it ain't because we're tired of talking about racism. It's because we're tired of living in it. And the last thing we need is our own people siding with the folks who built that system.
Mm-hmm.
We see you, we hear you, and we're not letting it slide. And you see, I use black fatigue in the proper way. It's not supposed to be used by white people talking about they're tired of black. It's a black saying. But y'all have taken it like everything you do. You take woke, you take everything that's our statings, and you make it conservatives. Take our shit and just make it yours. That's the way y'all do shit. Mm-hmm. Don't come up with your own sayings.
They take
still our shit.
You're absolutely right. So we need everybody in our audience to stay woke, stay loud. Most of all, stay angry. Because that's the only way we're going to make it through.
That's real, man. So we're going to go straight into the video clips right here, man. So we can go through some of the clips of the week, some of the top stories, and some of the visions that we've seen that's been populating online. And we want to share them with you guys and, just give our opinion on what's going on and what we thought about the video and what would be the circumstances of what we're seeing here. Mm-hmm. So let's get straight into it. What's our first one? We're diving into Trump's latest moves, power plays, and the ripple effects across the country. That's number one. Mm-hmm. From executive orders to flag burning arrests, from threats of dictatorship to state leaders pushing back. We've got the clips, the stories, and the receipts. So let's get straight into it, man. Let's get it started. Trump and dictatorship talk. Let's listen to Trump talk about saying out loud what a lot of folks have feared for years. Maybe America would like a dictator is what Trump said. So let's go ahead and play this video, man, and see what Trump has to say.
As you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense and I'm a smart person.
You sure about that?
Man.
Because this video right here tells us everything. That you're testing the waters to see how far you can actually push this strong man narrative. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. And the scary part, some of his followers are nodding along like this is normal, with a lot of them in our comment section.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot of them in the comment section. But it doesn't just stop there.
Right.
It goes into his flag burning executive order. So let's go ahead and play the clip of Trump signing the ban on flag burning.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your attorney general.
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags. Through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision. They called it freedom of speech. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy.
What the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing.
So let's play the video.
No, man. I mean, we did play that video, but go ahead and play the video of the person being arrested. As we've seen one person already arrested, a veteran,
a 20-year veteran,
20-year vet, over something that's supposed to be protected by the First Amendment. Go ahead and run the video.
Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag in public, not causing harm or causing any danger to any citizens or personnel in the area.
Which you have the right to do.
Every single one of you American citizens, we burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants. legal or illegal. It is our First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says.
Just hours after he signed that executive order.
Mm-hmm. Because it's bull.
Yes, remember your oath.
Insane, man.
And then somebody in the crowd tells him to remember his oath.
This is ridiculous, dude. This is a First Amendment right, man. Y'all was hollering First Amendment because you wanted to say the N-word on Twitter.
Man.
But these things don't hold up. They've been burning flags forever, man. It's already it's passed. When it was sent to the Supreme Court, it passed.
Mm-hmm.
There's been several fights in court, and every time burning the flag is passed.
Right.
People are able to do this.
Exactly. But here you have a veteran, someone who's actively served this country, arrested for burning a tethered flag.
And this man
that was on its way to the trash can.
Right. Exactly. And that's the craziest part.
The flag was at the end of its life cycle.
Right. So, history check. This goes directly against the Supreme Court's ruling that burning the flag is protected speech under the First Amendment. Under the first. So, we don't understand what Trump is really doing, man. It's just pure bullshit. They want to say the N-word, but when it comes to something as simple as burning the flag, they talking about a year in prison. So next, Trump wants to send the military to Chicago. Play this video of Governor J.B. Pritzker pushing back on Trump and his bullshit National Guard pushes in states.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to speak plainly about the moment that we are in and the actual crisis, not the manufactured one, that we are facing in this city and as a state and as a country. If it sounds to you like I am alarmist, that is because I am ringing an alarm, one that I hope every person listening will heed, both here in Illinois and across the country. Over the weekend, we learned from the media that Donald Trump has been planning for quite a while now to deploy armed military personnel to the streets of Chicago. This is exactly the type of overreach that our country's founders warned against. And it's the reason that they established a federal system with a separation of powers built on checks and balances.
J.B. Pritzker. He's been doing a good job standing up to Trump as Trump tries to push his authoritarian military into different states. It's disgusting, man. You heard the governor, Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. This is a major showdown over states' rights versus federal overreach, something that Republicans used to hold dear, state rights. They said that was the whole reason they went to the Civil War, but now state rights doesn't fucking matter anymore. And it doesn't stop there, man. Obama even slammed Trump's paramilitary plan, an erosion of due process. Now, this is a tax on Trump institutions. Trump also has had sights on American culture and history. Let's play the video of Hakeem Jeffries on Trump's attacks on the Smithsonian Museum.
I want to ask you about something that President Trump is doing here in Washington, which is he's launched a review of the Smithsonian museums because he says, quote, everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was.
There is no good aspect of slavery, and so Donald Trump is once again behaving like a racial arsonist, and it's extraordinary that he would make such a historically ignorant statement. The Smithsonian should continue to hold the line and make sure that this very painful part of American history is not erased, but is understood by everyone across this country and throughout the world.
Yeah, man. Hakeem Jeffries, he's been trying to put his foot forward. I think he has a long way to go, but I agree with him on this one. The Smithsonian, All of this should be sacred to Black people and to Black culture, this history. But we are doing everything we can to tear it apart. It's just disgusting. The Smithsonian is literally about preserving our nation's history, man, our nation's story. If you're attacking that, what's next? You're trying to eliminate the story of Black America. Now we're going to go into small towns and big egos. Let's take you to Boca, Missouri, where another Republican tried to do a town hall, and he was met with nothing but boos. Do we have that? No. No, I don't see it. Huh. Oh, don't worry about it. These towns are feeling Trump's culture war just as much as the big cities, and they're upset. I was going to run the video, but I don't think we have it. And then you got Trump himself. Trump says he wants to do whatever he wants. I know we have that one. It's under Newsom. Let's go ahead and run that video for you.
The 32-second clip.
Right there.
Yeah.
So I would have much more respect for Pritzker if he'd call me up and say, I have a problem. Can you help me fix it? I would be so happy to do it. I don't love, not that I don't have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States. If I think our country's in danger, and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it. No problem going in and solving, his difficulties. But it would be nice if they'd call and they'd say, would you do it?
That's the very definition of authoritarianism, there, man. I can do what I want. That's not democracy talking, man. That's a person who really thinks he's a king. So let's go next into legal and financial dirt. On the financial side, we got Dan Nathan says Trump is guilty of mortgage fraud himself. So him coming after Ms. Cook for her mortgage fraud is just hypocrisy. Trump fed that one. Yep.
Well, what's interesting about this, and again, this could just end up being, a sideshow. It could end up just being a ridiculous situation. I mean, the president was found liable in a civil case in New York State for doing what? Inflating the value of his property to get a mortgage and insurance. I mean, so what are we doing here? We're spending a lot of time talking about this. Why doesn't any of these reporters ask that question? You know what I mean? It's just kind of funny to me. We're just letting this go by, and there's no due process, and we haven't been shown anything.
There's been no charge. There's an allegation.
Okay, but he's going on.
But there's not even a charge.
TV
if there's a charge,
he's charging it. He's the president.
Well, he's saying it, but he's not charging it. There's no legal charge. I think that's the.
It's a clown show, okay? And again, I mean, we're spending a lot of time talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's a clown show. He's going after the Fed governor with no evidence. They have pushed nothing. They haven't arrested her. They haven't brought any case toward her. She's suing, taking it to court. And she's probably going to win because it's bull. He's not even supposed to do anything with the Fed courts or the feds, but he's doing what he wants to. Folks forget Trump has a long history of fraud, man. This isn't new. It's just louder. The dude has been found guilty of I don't know how many times, but he's always curtailed any type of punishment or accountability. They always let him off. The judges let him off. Everybody let him off. He never faces accountability for anything he does after he gets found guilty. Meanwhile, the chaos trickles down, man. Let's see old Susan Collins, man. She's interrupted at a ribbon cutting with a whole bunch of boos from her constituents from her area.
Let us get through this brief ceremony to celebrate something that really matters to this historic community.
What about Gaza? What about Gaza? What about Gaza?
If you would show them some respect.
We respect them.
We don't respect you.
Getting booed. She hasn't even held a town hall. She's trying to do a ribbon cutting. And they still flagged her down and booed her and yelled shame. Every Republican throughout the country should get yelled shame because they're pieces of shit trying to give more money to the rich. You look at the list of all the rich people in the world, and most of them come from America. They're taking all of the money and putting it in their pocket. We're about to have the first trillionaire from here. We can't even afford to go to McDonald's. We're crying because the meals cost too much. We can't afford dish soap, toilet paper. They got us fighting over fucking crumbs, man.
Literal crumbs.
And the people sitting around talking about racism. We need to be coming together. They're trying to destroy the middle class. I know you people love the rich. You want to give all your money to the rich people, and the middle class don't deserve anything. But America is strongest when it has a strong middle class. Right now, the middle class is paying more taxes. We can't afford homes. Homelessness is growing while people sit around and yell and point at each other. And they take away any safety nets that try to hold this fucking country together. And we got people like this lady who's mad over someone swinging around a Mexican flag. All the problems we have in this country, and we got white people running around telling people what flag they can throw up. Go ahead and run that video, man. The lady with the mad over the Mexican flag. There you go.
Only on Fox 11, a confrontation over a Mexican flag in Ventura goes viral, sparking outrage and accusations of racism. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards, she's live with how one woman's actions at a local business are now drawing worldwide attention. That's what happens when something goes viral, Chelsea.
It certainly does. Yeah, they're saying they're getting calls from all over the nation and all over the world because of this. They say this woman intentionally pulled her car over specifically to get out to harass them for holding a Mexican flag. Take a look.
Say that one more time. I said, why the are you flying a Mexican flag in America?
A hateful confrontation caught on camera.
I have no good reason for flying a Mexican flag in California, which is America.
Que viva Mexico! Viva Mexico! She didn't understand my words, but she definitely got the message.
This now viral cell phone video was shot by Leilani Rodriguez, whose family owns La Catrina Folk Art on Main Street in Ventura. The shop is known for its Mexican-inspired, one-of-a-kind crafts and has been run by women in her family for generations.
All I was showing her my Mexican pride. You know, I'm proud to be an American too, but I'm also very, very proud of my Mexican, my Oaxaqueña culture.
It all happened Saturday as the store teamed up with a local coffee company for an event. Leilani says she was waving a Mexican flag outside when a woman pulled over and demanded to know why.
I was just like, you are not going to come in front of my family store and try to be racist and try to tell me what to do. She was flipping me off, telling me, touch me, you die, go back to Mexico. So she was disrespectful from the start, but I kept my composure and I think I handled it pretty well.
Leilani calls it her first ever Karen encounter. Her mother, Patty, says the woman's message of hostility completely backfired.
Whatever hate she was trying to send my way, it turned into love, and it turned into positivity, and turned into people coming in and supporting my business.
They just hope this woman never does it again.
I hope you learned your lesson to not be so ignorant, and maybe next time to mind your business. Y aquí estamos y no nos vamos.
Now, they say a woman claiming to be a family member of the woman you see in that video actually came to the store after all of this happened to apologize. We've reached out for comment, but have not yet heard back. Reporting live from Ventura, I'm Chelsea Edwards, Fox 11 News. I'll send it back to you.
Another Karen fucking with people, bothering people who just trying to live their lives. Do we run up on y'all when y'all throwing around the Italian or the Irish flag? Do we run up on people? Oh, you got the Irish flag. You got the Italian flag. Those people think they are just as American as a person who's flying a Mexican flag. But for some reason, when it's Italians and the Irish, they can fly their fucking flags. They can have their colors. It's all good. But if somebody Mexican do something, it's a fucking problem. Go back to your country. Go back to Ireland. Go back to Italy. What the fuck is the problem? Why is it okay for you to be proud to be from Italy and Italian, But nobody else can be proud of their fucking heritage. Why is it always, our heritage, but nobody else's fucking heritage fucking matters. We can't be proud of our shit. We can't be proud to be black. We can't be proud to be shit in this country. Because here come the racists. They don't want you to have anything. Oh, you're supposed to be flying an American flag. But on fucking, what, St. Patty's Day? Y'all got on green. Y'all got fucking green clovers on your face. Flying the Irish flag everywhere. But when somebody else do it, here they come. Oh my God, what are you doing? You don't love America. Then want to try to tell somebody else who's fucking racist. Peace out, Jim. Have a good day. The culture wars are in full swing, man. From senators being heckled to everyday people angry over a Mexican flag flying in their neighborhood. People are mad about the dumbest shit. Now, we got gun violence and leadership, man. We're going to go into some of the stuff that's talking about in Minneapolis this week. And the mayor had a couple of videos that I thought were pretty powerful after the Catholic school shooting. So let's go ahead and play those videos, man. The Minnesota mayor talking about banning guns.
We need a statewide and a federal ban on assault weapons. We need a statewide and a federal ban on high-capacity magazines. There is no reason that someone should be able to reel off 30 shots before they even have to reload. We're not talking about your father's hunting rifle here. We're talking about guns that are built to pierce armor and kill people. Why do we have them coming in by the trunk loads onto our streets around the country? And this is not just about Minneapolis, because you can buy an assault rifle in Milwaukee, and that assault rifle is in Minneapolis by noon that very same day.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about the work that needs to be done, it's going to take a whole lot of unity from a lot of different cities, and I've gotten calls from their mayors who have experienced virtually the same thing that we experienced yesterday. And because we love our kids, because we love our families, because we love our constituents, we all have the obligation to act.
Yeah, man. So these kids were literally praying when the shooting happened. And the mayor is saying what America needs to hear, man. Let's ban these assault weapons, these high-capacity magazines. Let's make stronger background checks. Let's make sure that people have the right mental health before they get their hands on a fucking weapon. Now, I do want to talk about in St. Louis, they had some hard tornadoes come through. A lot of destruction, a lot of people out of their homes, and FEMA is doing absolutely nothing. Now, with this being one day after Katrina, after the Katrina happened, it's 20 years, and we still have the same problems. FEMA is garbage. And with Trump doing things to make sure that it is worse and worse, something like this could happen now. Because FEMA has no money. All the people are walking out because they are trying to tell Trump that things are not correct. Now in St. Louis, people are suffering. And then my cousin down there, he runs a church, and he's trying to do what he can to help people. And I wanted to play this video because my cousin, he grew up in Oakland. He moved to St. Louis just to help people, to try to help the violence, to try to help people who are suffering in the St. Louis neighborhoods. Dude grew up, good family, good money. They've always been well off because his father has always been a pastor, running pastors. And he came from Oakland in the California area, Oakland area, to come out to St. Louis to help St. Louis because they've been going through a lot of bad times. St. Louis is losing a lot of people. They're losing a lot of money. When you're losing money and you're losing people, you're losing tax revenue. When you lose tax revenue, that means things get worse as a city. They can't help the bottom people because where do you think that money is going? So a lot of people are suffering, and my cousin, Trevor Barnes, Reverend Trevor Barnes, came to St. Louis, and let's play this video of him calling out FEMA for doing nothing to help after the tornado disaster in St. Louis. Go ahead, run this.
More right now. Faith leaders are being urged tonight to unite and strengthen their role in local disaster response. The call comes as FEMA budget cuts have local leaders questioning federal support for our area following the devastating May 16th tornado. Our Brent Solomon introduces us to a North County pastor issuing a call to action.
We're to get out of the four walls and be a light.
It is why Pastor Trevor Barnes of the Northside Seventh-day Adventist Church is getting out into the tornado zone, offering a listening ear, praying, dropping off resources.
Some people, frankly, need shelter, so we're giving tents away. Oftentimes, when there are disasters, clergy are on the front lines. And I think a lot of times it's assumed that we know what to do, but we want to be able to help clergy have the tools to know what to do when there's a disaster.
The church and community stakeholders now organizing this, an emergency preparedness response, just for faith leaders Friday morning, to learn how to tap into local government resources, relief organizations, and state partners whenever disaster strikes.
Whether you're a pastor, priest, rabbi, whatever denomination or faith tradition that you come from.
It comes the same week 200 FEMA employees wrote an open letter criticizing the Trump administration's disaster response capability. The president has said states and local governments should play a bigger role. This week, St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Megan Green addressed that.
What they ended up doing is cutting 2,500 personnel from FEMA. And so in the past, cities have been able to rely on FEMA to come in and provide a lot of support. Mm-hmm. We have not had that same experience.
If the trend is going where it seems to be going, where federal funds are being cut off, then it is going to be more necessary for the local grassroots entities to be active in the community.
So tomorrow's free training for faith leaders will happen from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Northside Seventh-day Adventist Church on Lucas and Hunt Road.
Now, as communities suffer, ICE is out here arresting Mexican contractors who are literally helping fight wildfires, man. They really did that. Think about that. The first time immigrant agents go into an active fire zone, not to help, but to deport workers. Crazy stuff, man. Last video I want to play today is Philly DA talking about ICE and how he feels about ICE coming into his community. Go ahead and run that.
So if what you have is a group of ICE agents, or you even have the military coming into Philadelphia and they're committing crimes, they're committing assaults that are illegal, homicides that are illegal, they're kidnapping people, they're engaging in unlawful restraint, which is a crime in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, they're obstructing the administration of justice. If you have people coming in, military, ICE, whoever it is, acting beyond their legal authority, they can be prosecuted, assuming they commit crimes, in state court. And they cannot be pardoned by the president, which means they get to tell a Philadelphia jury exactly why it is that they thought they could invade this city, and they get to bear the consequences, whether they are handcuffs, a jury trial, or a jail sentence.
That's real. So, I mean, that's the kind of pushback we need with local leaders, standing up against federal intimidation. It's been terrible, man. So let's go ahead and I did, my bad. We had one more video with Gavin Newsom. Let's get Gavin Newsom dropping some truth bombs on Donald Trump.
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second I have 24 Trump 2028 hats.
He said 24.
His folks keep sending me.
Yep.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. You don't. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house?
So
this is serious, guys. This is serious.
So it'll be Newsom Trump in 28.
No. This guy doesn't believe in free, fair elections. He tried to wreck this country. Were you there, January 6th? I think Fox was. At least they were in a lawsuit. They seem to have lost any memory of that. Mm-hmm. Shareholders didn't.
Right.
I mean, he tried to light democracy on fire. Mm-hmm. He dialed for 11, almost 12,000 votes. Now he's doing it in plain sight. And people say, oh, it's just Trump being Trump. People actually think this guy's serious about having another election? You think he's joking about 2028? You think when he brings foreign leaders to the Oval Office and he goes to the White House store, have you seen this? Anyone? Is it just me? And he shows them the 2028 hats? No. He's not being serious?
Yeah, he's serious.
Wake up. You will lose your country. Again, it's not about Democrats. It's about all of us.
So you're absolutely convinced he's...
I'm absolutely convinced.
2028.
You've seen it. He's tried to steal the last election. He's trying to rig it in plain sight this time. Mm-hmm. He wants to get rid of vote by mail. He's talking about eliminating voting machines he doesn't like. He's setting up the contours where he can declare a declaration of emergency for anything. Just cause means whatever he just said on Truth Social. Yep. He's running the greatest grift operation in world history. I mean, it makes some of these dictators overseas blush, the crypto. Not just the perfume. I mean, come on.
Let me ask you about a couple of your...
Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Let me ask you about a couple...
Excuse me, and I know it's impolite. We have to be more calm and demure.
A couple of your own...
But I'm not calm, and I'm not going to submit myself to niceties. Not when this guy is trying to wreck our goddamn country.
That's real, man. Gavin Newsom dropping bombs.
Jim.
Now all your people talking about California. California, you know who has the #1 state when it comes to crime? It's Republicans. We already talked about that. Louisiana, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, all Republican-ran states that are horrible and broke. Mm-hmm. California is richer than most countries. Broke as Republican states can't even take care of themselves if they get hit by a storm.
Like Oklahoma.
Can't do shit. Broke as hell. We all knew, but hearing it framed that way after everything we just watched should shake folks awake, but it doesn't. People don't care. Tonight we saw dictatorships talk, free speech under attack, federal overreach, cultural wars, and neglect for communities in crisis, and people don't want to do anything. The pattern is clear. This isn't just politics, it's about the future of democracy. Now we'll keep following the stories, the voices, and the fights, and we'll keep you guys updated. This has been Habari Live. Stay safe, stay informed, stay updated, stay fighting. Forget these racists and keep on talking, because they can't stop you from doing what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Peace out. Until next time.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com.